I think for a lot of us in the audience, this is one of the keys we have to figure out. It's not we won't figure it out in this session. I just want to poke you a little bit. The traditional relationship is that transaction. It is sitting across the table from the customer and trying to convince them that you have, in this case, the top hybrids in the market. This is creating and facilitating that transactional relationship that we're all trying to avoid. And with all the structural change, if those ag economists are correct, and the challenges with the P&Ls, and maybe some of our lack of financial competency with the entrepreneurs that we're dealing with, more than ever, they need somebody on the same side of the table as them. But you see the difference. It's supporting. It's providing value. And I'm not saying, don't take your customers to the Cyclone or the Hawkeye game or whatever other things we're doing with our customers. Those are important, building the relationship. But how are we adding value from a business perspective to that customer to get on the same side of the table as them? In some of our market research that we do in Canada and the US from a sales perspective, it's a whole other presentation. But the gaps that farmers have between, I'm getting off topic, but I like to, just follow me. The gaps between what the farmer expects from a salesperson versus what is happening, okay, the actual performance, the gaps are show up on time, book an appointment, be honest. Those are pretty table stakes sort of things, right? So to wrap up, how do we get on the same side of the table as our customers given all of these issues? I mentioned that farm financial competency, it does need to improve. How do we help the customer focus more on ROI? Not letting upfront cost all the time be this massive barrier. We're not talking enough about ROI, return on investment, right? I'm not gonna use that product, or it's $30 an acre. Yeah, but it gives you 60, right? Cutting out the stuff that only gets you 15 on a $30 cost, that's the stuff we've got to cut out. The stuff that actually provides the return, that's what we got to focus on. How do we focus more on return? And talking about the value instead of just being so, and not making the customer transactional in our relationship